Hey guys, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In another episode of I Look Crazy, I'm going to show you what not to do. I'm your friend, I'm giving you advice, and I'm giving it to you straight. Alright? Okay, so let's talk about this look really quick. Then I'm going to take all of this off. You're going to see me applying makeup, and I'm going to explain to you a better alternative and what not to do. My face looks orange. I don't know if it looks as orange as it does in person because of the lighting, but my face is orange. One thing that I hear, and this is something that I personally don't agree with, I have heard people say that it's better to go a little darker on your foundation than too light. Now, I don't think you want to go too dark, and I don't think you want to go too light either. I think it's best just to get color matched. Go get your face color matched, because here's the thing, I know so many of you guys will see me with foundation. You guys are like, I think we have similar color, I'm going to order the same color, but it may not be the same color as you. So I really think that when you're getting a foundation, you really should get color matched. I want to get matched as close as I can to my own skin tone, and if it's a little bit lighter, I would rather have that because I can go back and put a little bit of bronzer on my face and warm it up. Once your face is like this, girl, there's nothing you can do. You just have an orange face. And then I have too white of an under eye concealer, and it actually makes it looks like I have green under my eyes. So I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's reflecting from the eyeshadow. I don't know. The eyeshadow looks ridiculous on me. It's way too dark on me. It totally ages me. Even if I had everything else looking great and I had these eyes, it looks ridiculous on me. Another thing that I did, and I only used 2 colors, which is fine to use 2 colors, but you've got to get the colors that are going to work for you. So I'm going to do an eye look today using, I don't know if I'm going to do how many shadows I'm going to do, but I'm going to do a look using colors, but I'm going to make it look more flattering on mature skin, mature face, because I look like I'm ready to go out for Halloween. And then on the top here, I didn't blend it really well. You can see that. So that's another thing. And I also I put a highlighter right here. Remember I told you guys you don't want to put a highlighter there. If you have hooded eyes or if you have aging saggy eyes, you don't want to put a big highlighter there. You're just emphasizing how much sag you have going on there. It makes it look puffier. It draws more attention to that, so you don't want to do it. The thing about a highlighter is it draws attention. You don't want to draw attention to the areas you don't want to have attention drawn to. You know what I'm saying? My brows I didn't do, so that looks ridiculous. The only thing I did with my brows is I used a fiber brush color, but I didn't outline, shape it, do anything like that. So you can see when I do it correctly how much better it looks. And this, it looks like I don't have any brows, even though I did that. So if you don't have any brows, you really want to make sure you're still shaping them, and then you put that on top. A brow gel will help keep your brows in shape, and some of them, like the one that I use, have brow fibers in it, so it'll make them look a little bit thicker, but you still need to use that pencil, ladies, to shape it up. And then I did I did my whole complete eye inside using black liner. I smudged it out there. It's just too much. It's too much eye stuff going on. I put a really bright blush right there in the center of my cheeks. It really doesn't do anything. I have no bronzer on because I already have an orange face. And then I have this lip color on, and I didn't outline my lips. Now you guys know that I have a birth defect, I have a scar, and my lips are uneven. So that is why I always outline my lips. So if you have uneven lips and you just put this on, your lips are too small, and you put a lip color on, it's just gonna make your lips look smaller. So you wanna take a lip pencil and just reshape your lips if you need to. You don't wanna go ridiculous and have really big lips, but you can slightly go over your natural lip line and it will look really, really nice. So I'm gonna go and by the way, I have mascara on. My lashes are still wimpy, so I'm probably gonna do lashes in this video. And that's another thing. If you don't have eyelashes and you're doing all this, another alternative is to using eyelashes. So I will kind of do a little bit of how to with that. If you want me to do more in-depth video on that, I will share it. It's just that this is going to be a really long video if I just doing that alone and giving you tips. So let me take all this off and we will get right into it. Okay, so now that I have all that crazy makeup off, I am going to give it to you straight. I'm the friend that is going to tell you the truth, okay? I'm going to give it to you straight, but I'm going to be nice about it, but I'm going to give it to you straight. I look pretty crazy in that video with all that makeup, but I've actually seen that look. So that is why I started this series. So let's get into the foundation first. Foundation should not be that dark, should not be that orange. It really is best to go get color matched with your foundation. You want to get a foundation that matches your neck as much as possible. I know we all do the wrist, but the wrist isn't my neck. See how my wrist, you can't see it on video, but my wrist, my arm is going to be a different color than this. When you get matched up, they really should be putting it at least on here if they're not putting it on your face. Okay, that's how it should be. And if it is just a tad bit lighter, then what you can do is bronze up your face. So I like to use my Chanel. You can use a powdered one. I just prefer to use a cream. I do have another one. Didn't share that one in the video, but you'll see me doing tutorials with it. But I like to use a bronzer. I use it all year round because I just feel like it helps to warm up my face. As we age, our skin tone actually changes. So that's something you have to remember too, is maybe you are wearing a certain color in a foundation that you still love and you've been wearing it for years and you think it, it still looks good on you, but you may have to get color matched again because it may have changed. So many times people will ask me what my foundation is, and that I don't always put it down there because I just always feel like you really need to get color matched. You really, really do. But anyways, this is a great way to warm up your face. If you put a foundation that looks a little bit too light on you, you can warm it up with a bronzer. Under eyes, again, I believe I shared this in the last video. You don't want to use a really light concealer under your eyes. You're going to look like you have raccoon eyes. You don't want to have raccoon eyes. So you really want to stick with something that is a shade to 2 shades lighter at the most. You just don't want to go really, really light with your concealer. I see some people doing it. Some of the younger people do like a little bit of highlighter. It's okay to do a little bit if you're doing a little bit of a highlighter, but you just have to be careful because otherwise it just looks like you're scared. I think, you know what I mean? And another thing, even though I didn't talk about in this video, is contouring and highlighting. It looks nice on camera. It really does. It looks nice in a photograph, but in real life, that is a lot of makeup to have on. It really, really is a lot of makeup to have on. I see some makeup artists doing that on YouTube here, and again, it looks really, really nice, but I just think that in person, that's going to be a lot of makeup all over your face. And I don't know how it's going to wear throughout the day either. I don't know how that's going to stay on. If you're on stage makeup, you're under a camera, you're getting your photos taken, maybe on an event for an evening or something maybe, but I just think on mature women, less is best. We all have different lines and wrinkles and sagging, and too much makeup just emphasizes that. Again, with the cheeks, I'm going to say it again, you've got to watch where you're putting your blush. You just can't go like this and put your blush on by your cheeks, because when you're not smiling, it's going to look like your face is sagging. So I always put my blush up just a little bit higher. I feel like everything needs to be raised up a little bit. Even my eyeshadow, I raise it up a little bit because my eyes are more hooded than they used to be. They're more droopy than they used to be. I know they're not as hooded as some of you. I understand that. But I have a look at pictures of myself. See, I'm very animated when I talk. So if I don't animate my eyes, you can see that how my eyes look. But when I'm talking to you, you can see that I have a little bit more real estate there. It just is what it is. But I always raise it up. Otherwise, you're not going to see where my eyeshadow is. Brows. So in the video on the brows, all I did is I just used this, my Gimme Brow. You can't do that. That's not enough unless your brows are darker. If you have dark brows that are shaped good, then you can totally do that. But on my brows that are light, if I just use that, then I have no shape to my brows and you really can't see I still have to define them, but you want to be careful how you define it. In the last video we talked about that. You don't want to draw it so dark that it looks like you overdrew your brows. So the key is to be light-handed, shape it, blend it out really, really well. Then you can go back with this, and this will help keep your brows in place, but it will also help to add a little bit of thickness to it because there's some fibers in it, a little bit more color in it, this as well. So it just, eyebrows frame your face. They frame your eyes, so they're really, really important. The eyeshadow that I used today, so I used a couple different colors. I didn't do my normal neutral shadows, which I prefer and I love. But if you're someone that wants to do color, yes, you can do color. You just have to tone it down a little bit. If you go and do that dark shadow, and another thing that I did in the beginning of that video is I put a highlighter here. Highlighters are going to draw attention. So if you use a highlighter and an area that you do not want to draw attention to, you're going to draw more attention to it. It's going to look more, you're going to define that area even more. So right here, it's kind of puffy there. I have like puffy eyes. That's just how my eyes are. So when I put a highlighter there, it just makes it look more puffy. It makes my eyes look more hooded. It makes my eyes look more hooded. It makes my eyes look tired. It's not a very attractive look. So I don't put a highlighter there. What I will do, and I will show you this right now. I don't do this all the time, but sometimes I will do this. Now, if you feel like you want to add a little bit of highlight right up here, you don't want to put it right here. You don't. If you have puffy eyes here, you're just going to make it look puffier. But if you're like, I want a little bit of highlight just to lift, this is what you do. You just take a highlighter and you put it right here, right at that high part of my eye. And you know what you're going to do? Your eye is going to go up there. I'm going to blend it a little bit too because that one's kind of intense. But if I put it there, it just lifted that little area of my eye because the light reflects there. So it actually lifted up my eye a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing with the other eye. I'm going to put it just right here on that top part of the arch of my eyebrow. I'm just going to blend a little bit again with my finger. But you see how that light reflects that? And it just lifts that area up a little bit. That's why we put a highlighter here. You put a highlighter there, which I didn't do, and I'm going to do it right now. I'll use this one. And I'm just going to put it right here. And we're going to look at one cheek versus the other. So that little bit of highlighter, see that? See how the light reflects it? So it lifts it up a little bit as opposed to that side. I'm going to do the same with this side now. But it gives a nice little glow, and it kind of creates a little bit of a lift. But I'm not using a lot. It's nothing intense. It's just very, very subtle. You don't want to put a highlighter at the tip of your nose if you have a big nose, because you just drew more attention to it. If you have a chin you don't like and you put a highlighter there, you just drew more attention to it. So you have to be careful with highlighters and how you're using them. One last thing I want to talk about is the eyelashes. So eyelashes, my eyelashes are not looking too good, although they are getting better, but they're just not ready for the mascara yet. So I still have a little bit of sparseness, but they are growing. So in the meantime, I wear lashes. So really quickly, they come in a little sheet like this. So when you hold it up, you know that the longer side goes on the outside, the shorter goes on the inside. So when you're applying it, you know this is the right side, that's the left side. I always take mine and I trim a little bit off of the end, and I have to get my glasses on because Mama can't see. So I'm just going to take the end off. I know from wearing mine how much I need to trim off, but what you do is you just hold it up to your own eyelashes. Just kind of hold it up there and you kind of see how much you need to trim off, and then just take it off. Trim a little bit at a time. You can always trim more. You never want to trim from the inside. You always want to trim on the outside because it's longer there. So then I just take it and I kind of bend it a little bit. And by the way, these are the Ardell Wispies. I love these because to me, they're natural looking. They don't look like they're over the top. We're going to talk about eyelashes in another video because you're going to see me wearing them again, and you may see a little bit more of a tutorial again. I take glue. This is just clear glue, and I like the brush on kind. I like the brush on kind. I like to use the clear. I just prefer that over the color. I just find this to be less messy. Then you want to let this dry. Before I pop this on, I want to give you a couple more tips. One, you don't want to get anything with a thick band. I mean, eventually, if you are into these lashes and putting them on, you might like that. I prefer not to. They're really stiff. They're hard to work with. It's really frustrating, so I would not recommend it. These are nice, really, really thin bands, so they're just really easy to bend, easy to get on my eyes. Really, really love them. You also want to make sure that your glue is dry, not completely dry, but you don't want to just put the glue on, wait 10 seconds to put it on. You'll know if your glue isn't dry enough, because once you start putting on and if it's moving all over, then you know your glue just wasn't dry enough. Because what the glue will be like when it's dry enough is it will be tacky. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I always grab mine from the center, my eyelashes. I get it from the center and I apply it on the center first. So I put my head down and then I put it right in the center like that. Then I'll go over to this side and I'll put that down, and then I go on the other side in the corner and then I will place that. Now you are actually putting this on your lashes too. You're not applying this to your eye. You're actually applying this on top of your own eyelashes. You have to have eyelashes to be able to do this. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go right at the end. I'm just doing this on the upper part and I'm really scrubbing it and getting it all in there so you don't see any gap between the lashes, the false lashes, and my lashes. So it makes your eye pop a little bit more. It kind of brings the lashes, kind of makes your lashes and the false lashes look like they belong together, like there's no separation. And like I said, it kind of makes your eyes pop a little bit more too. I wear them out. I wear them out when I'm filming, and I wear them when I'm not filming because otherwise I look scary. But I wear really natural looking lashes, which I'll talk about more in another video. But you can see how that just helps to lift my eye and pulls the whole look together, as well as in the video. I just put some mascara on. I didn't curl my lashes. So if I had curled my lashes and my lashes looked better, that would have looked nice. But when you use a color that's really intense as well, you don't notice the lashes as much. You're just going to see more of that color. This is a lighter color on me, so you can still see my lashes. I hope that makes sense. And then I just used a powdered shadow underneath. I didn't do the liner inside my waterline, but I did do it in my lashes, and you saw that in the video. I did that. But I don't like it to go all the way around because it just closes up my eyes. It will bring your eyes out. And if you're okay with that, that's fine. But just know that if you use a black liner all in your eyes, it's really, really intense. I think it's a little bit too much. I think you have to be careful with it. And it will actually make your eyes look smaller. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this weekly series. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Share my videos. It helps my channel grow and I really, really appreciate it. Also, let me know in the comment below, do you like to use different color shadows? Are you like me? Do you like to use more neutral, or are you into more color? I am going to be sharing a video soon on a matte, totally matte look, so no shimmer at all. It's not going to be part of the series, but I am going to be sharing that one really soon. And if you have any other eye looks that you want me to show, or any other makeup concerns that you have, if there's anything that you've been struggling with, let me know in the comments so I can address that on a future video. You can follow me on Instagram as well. I will leave the link below, and everything that I share in the video will also be linked below. And that is it. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.